All right, everybody, get ready for this week's show. It's going to be another great one. We have some friends hanging out. You're going to really enjoy their music. This show is sponsored by our friends at Push and Win Law Firm.
That's right. They push and you win.
They push and you win.
Yep.
So if you need some help with anything, give them a call. And also by our friends at Spindle Tap Brewery. They supply the beer, which also helps create more entertainment. And Frank's Pizza.
Frank's. Been with us since day one.
Yeah, you know, they've been with me for a lot longer than that.
Well, that's true.
But this week, we have our friends Grifters and Shills on.
It's the new album right here. We're going to talk about songs off of this album.
Yep. So let's get to it.
I say what?
For the fellowship.
This is Vinyl Voices Radio. ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I'm John Dimon.
Dusty Sandehan.
All right, everybody, welcome to this week's show. This is Vinyl Voices Radio. I'm John Dimon. He's Justice Sandejas. We are hanging out here in the Hell and High Water Studios in the beautiful Kingwood, Texas.
That's right. Houston. Well, it's actually, if you look on a map, it's the Kingwood area, which I found that to be like interesting. But we are up here hanging out on the north side of Houston, and we have a really badass show this week. So friends of ours we know for a long time that they play excellent music, and once you start listening to them, it's addictive. And you just want to hear another song and another song and another song. That's right. Yep. Tonight we have Grifters and Shills on the show. Rebecca and John Stoll.
Mm-hmm.
Husband and wife.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Married.
Yeah.
I know. Still married, even in a band together.
I know.
Yeah. How's that happen?
That's
10
like double
years.
married. Yeah.
So something's working right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here,
Thanks
y'all.
for having us.
They came from Clear Lake, which has also probably got its own spot on the map.
It's similar to Kingwood. It's Clear Lake area.
Yeah.
Clear Lake
But,
area.
Right.
Well, the fun part was driving from there to here.
Oh yeah.
We
Always.
get across Houston.
Very
And,
scenic.
It all like
yeah.
Yeah. At
See
rush
Deer
hour.
Park. I mean,
In which rush hour starts at 1 p.m. and ends at 9.
yes.
right.
So,
So why avoid it? Just dive.
Most waking hours.
Right.
yeah. Well, again, welcome. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you
Hanging
too.
out.
Too, yeah.
You guys have been really busy. A lot's been happening. We have this album right here, Fireball.
That's
Yeah.
Yes.
This album here is one of Houston Chronicles' top 20 albums of 2023, y'all.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Feel lucky to be on that list. I tell you, some good artists in this town.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much talent in Houston.
So putting the raps on this album, which we're going to hear some songs, which the song we're going to hear in the segment is called Fireball.
The title track. That's
The
right.
title track.
That's right.
But how long did you guys work on this album?
Ooh, that's a fun question.
Yeah.
I think the first song that ended up being on that album we started writing in late 2019. And so most of these got written during lockdown because we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
So it's very much a time capsule to that time when we were staring at our four walls for a long,
Did
long
that
time.
influence the lyrics in it?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
And it also influences the production. So, like, we wrote it a lot during lockdown. And then once lockdown was really kind of over and people, like the world was kind of getting back to what we kind of recognized, we're like, we have to record these songs and get them out of the house because I need these gone so I can write new songs about happier times.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so we recorded the whole thing in 2023. We started in January and we were done in April. And yeah, the production was, we did everything. We recorded it all ourselves. There's a drummer on there, which is me. I don't play drums, but I decided to practice and learn how to play this album. So we recorded all that stuff.
I mean, what else were you doing there in lockdown?
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Learn some new skills. Some people baked bread. This one learned drums. So
I mean, sometimes it was like, okay, what would have been better?
I know.
If
Maybe
you would have made
both.
bread, it would have been, a lot more fun.
Yeah, instead of horrible noise all day.
We need more drummers than bread.
Yeah, I like that.
I agree.
I like that.
Well, yeah.
Depends on the
I love bread. I do love bread.
out there, don't think I don't like bread. I love.
He's a bread hater.
I love them.
Anti-bread.
Gluten-free warrior.
All right. Well, should we jump into the song?
Let's jump into the song.
Let's hear Fireball, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Rock and roll queen, finally go get your gun. Country back, city back, fancy free and hot like the southern sun. Well, bless your heart and calm. Don't you leave me hanging home. Fireball, hard rock, fast machine, revved up and on the run. Well, heaven help us, good goddamn, it ain't even begun. Long before I knew you, well, I knew you were the one. Got me hot and heavy, wound up like a spring. Got me seeing double and you drive me wild every time you shake that thing. Well, bless your heart and call me. We'll do a little more than talk. We'll run that road and drive all night and try to beat that clock. Well, if you're good, then babe, I'm better. And that engine's running hard. Cut fast and loose right off the line and we ain't getting caught. My heart in hell. Southern Belle Show, gonna make that mark. Beat up, broke down, right on the chin. Get it all done and do it again. Low down, high life, living the dream. Been a pretty man since you were 18. No reason left to stay. Go on and go my way. We're gonna kick that to the curb and walk away. Look my way. It's TNT and rocket fire. Keep it coming, come what may. Well, rev that engine, babe. Won't be no easy road. Those turns ahead ain't nothing next to where we're gonna go. No better time for running than right about right now. It's 3, 2, 1, that setting sun. That flag is coming down. Beat up, broke down, right on the chin. Get it all done. Low down, high life, living the dream. Been a pretty minute since you were 18. No reason left to stay. Go on and go my way. We're gonna kick that to the curb and walk away.
All right, that's some Fireball.
Fireball.
Fireball. So who's that song about?
That's a funny, because early in pandemic, probably a couple months in, like I was having like a 100% like existential crisis. Like I'm melting down. I'm like, the band is over. There's never going to be live music again. Like everything's horrible. And then, no exaggeration, I saw her walking down the hall and I was like, man, she looks good. This staying at home stuff's kind of nice. And so I was like, ooh, my Fireball hot rod fast machine. And so I handed her that line and I said, can you please finish the song about yourself?
The whole song about you, about how you're hot. Fortunately, I have a healthy self-esteem.
Yeah.
So she wrote the rest of the whole lyric.
Like, I already wrote this song.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
I've just been waiting to say it.
Pictures, the video already. Let's go.
Right. That's
Yeah.
really how it came about. It just kind of came about honestly. It's like I just wrote it. It sounds cliche to say I wrote it about her, but I really did. It was like, man, this is great.
Well, I wrote it about.
Well, you wrote it
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Well, we were listening to a lot of rockabilly stuff at the time, and so those influences were kind of showing up. And he had this riff that he'd been messing with, and I really liked it, and so we kind of put those things together, and they found their feet in that song eventually. I think for a long time with that one, we just kept repeating the first verse in the third verse slot, and it took a while to get that one going, and then finally maybe a couple months into it, like, ooh, I had a moment of inspiration in the morning at some point and wrote it down.
And we just really wanted a song that focuses on, I mean, a fun lyric, and something that's like you say, danceable. But along with all that, like just a powerful rhythm guitar, like just a ridiculously loud sounding rhythm guitar, something you can just crank up and it can never be loud enough. Like I'm a guitar player and an audio person, so like, I want the guitar loud, and,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, how did that help you pull out of your existential crisis?
Oh, big time. Writing has long since been one of the things that, like, if we're ever feeling bummed, like, going on a walk helps and writing a song helps. And we're writing 2 brand new ones right now. We can't help ourselves. Like, we just love doing it.
Oh, yeah.
And the process of creating together, like, we don't ever bring a song to each other and like, here's the song we're doing now, it's done, you can never change it. It's always a co-writing thing that always kind of evolves naturally, and we spend a lot of time doing that together, so that helps immensely to just like focus on something else other than like, the world's not ending today, like
At some point.
maybe in a few days fine, but like until then, like, you're good.
Well, and it's nice too, because it's a very vulnerable thing to bring an unfinished work to someone, especially someone you don't want to be embarrassed in front of. And so it's nice to have that kind of communication with each other where you can just kind of put it on the table. Like, I don't know the melody of this yet. It's weird. I sound tone deaf, but let's just see where this goes. And,
Right.
Find
Kind of like walking in, like if I'm weighing myself and she walks in the room and looks at the number, it's that moment, like, oh, well, well, now you know.
You know what's for lunch? Salad.
It's interesting. Has it always pretty much been that way with you guys? Because you go back, we were talking a little bit before the show about the fact that y'all met like 15 or 16 years ago, something like that. And bringing a band together, you showed up for an audition, right?
That's right. Yeah. Showed up for an audition, and it was a full band, and we hit it off right away, communication wise. And then, formed a different band. We started do covers at first, and then we started writing a few things. But yeah, to your question, it's absolutely been that way since the beginning. It's always been that way, and it probably, at this point, we're 10 years into being married and 14 into being a band. It probably always will be that way.
I think our best stuff comes from when we both contribute fairly equally to it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some, like he mentioned, I'll show up with one that's basically done, and you'll do more of the composition, or vice versa. He'll have most of an instrumental, and then I put in lyrics, and I think that balance is what really gives the songs their strength.
How do you balance the time, with everything to do this?
Yeah. That's a struggle.
Always a struggle.
That's a real struggle. We just don't do other things, and I mean, I think I can say we're in our 40s. I'm higher in my 40s than she is.
Definitely.
And so that's at the point in your life when you've got a really thick set of friends who you always want to see each other. And you always want to be doing things. And it's really, really difficult to prioritize, like, this thing is what I'm doing. I have to say no to these other 10 things. But we love making music so much, and we love, like, when we're able to bring these songs into environments and have shows with our friends. It's a joyous time, and those times happen because you're able to spend the time writing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a lot of couples' aspiration is to have something they do together. Because I hear that all the time. It's like, we don't do anything together. I'm like, we do everything together.
Right.
Everything together. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's awesome, but it's a lot of work, because especially when you're both trying to be creative in this environment, and also you have other jobs and everything else,
Right.
but then you guys are just making good music. Though the outcome works out well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're doing something right, I hope. It seems to
hope
be
so.
working fairly well.
I never know. I honestly never know what we're doing. I know what I feel when I'm writing with her, and when we're hanging out with friends and being in situations where there's live music, and being at other friends' shows, of course, and like enjoying stuff, and I know what I feel is right. I just kind of hope that all the spaghetti that we throw against the wall, like, something sticks, like.
Yeah, it's interesting that you guys talked a little bit about just trading those roles in writing this particular song, because so many of the songs y'all sing together in harmony on, and then just that kind of notion of like coming together to work together as a couple, just because we've had like a lot of couples actually on this show. The folks in Shame on Me, they're a married
we
couple.
love them so much.
Yep.
And then Escape from Zoo kids are married.
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys do a lot of stuff with Kim and Sam from Brightwire. So, it's just there's a dynamic there that just seems like it could go either a great way or not a great way.
Sure, yeah.
For this
yeah.
kind of thing.
And you'll learn pretty quick which way that's going to be when you're, I think, in that mode of communication, because when it works, it's wonderful. When it doesn't, you know it immediately.
I'm going for a walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think we learned early on. I think it might have been the Carter family that would say this a lot. Was that like family singing together, people that live together, you start talking alike, and your consonants and vowels become alike. And so when you do a harmony singing together, like you're already kind of in tune with the person you're singing with, and so it brings this extra element. Frankly, something we don't have to work hard at, which is like aligning words and stuff. Which is an interesting thing, and I agree with that. Like I've felt that over the years. Like I don't have to look at her for timing. Sometimes it's just timing just happens.
All stuff starts to feel intuitive.
Yeah.
Well, they say couples start to look alike. We start to sound alike.
Look alike, finish sentences, and you guys ever just sit there and you're like, man, I'm thinking about this, and then the other one goes, oh, hey, would you like this?
Yes.
Happens.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
Happens all the time.
there's weird communication that happens that is unexplained.
Definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Mostly, I sit there looking forward to like looking like her. I'm like, one day, man, one day.
See, you're gonna like improve. I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I mean,
fireball.
see where this is going.
Salad.
Back to the advice.
That's right.
All right, let's take a break, and I need another beer anyways. So let's take a break. We'll get back. We'll talk more Grifters Shills. This is Vinyl Voices Radio.
Hey, Vinyl Voices. This is Adrian from Forever Miles. We are having a show March 15th at White Oak, funding our Japan tour. Thank you so much, Vinyl Voices, and rock on.
Hey y'all, while we take a break from Vinyl Voices, I just gotta tell you, I'm not a robot, I'm a vibe. This is Opie Hendrix, and I just want to let y'all know we got a new album coming out this summer of 2024. OpieHendrix.com, OpieHendrix.com. Stay loose, stay tuned. Back to Vinyl Voices.
All right, we're back. This is Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN 97.5. Justin Deas, I'm John Denman. They are Grifters and Shills.
Howdy, y'all.
So, welcome back.
Thank you.
Good to be back.
I think we covered a lot during the break.
Good break. Good break.
And,
What happens on the break stays on the break.
That's right.
Let's hope.
well, every once in a while my grandma will be, I listened to the show. And I'm like, like, what was in that show?
Right. The
Yes.
edited show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the breaks.
Not the
breaks could be its own show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is,
We learned a lot tonight.
Definitely.
Definitely.
The late night version.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the after MASH version.
Oh yeah, there you go. Right before the Star Spangled Banner.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was always like a really creepy time of night for me.
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because first of all, when you hear the Star Spangled Banner come on at like 1 o'clock in the morning, you're like, I don't know what should I stand up?
Right.
Take my hat off?
Right.
I'm like alone here.
I'm already laying down with no pants on.
Right.
You know,
No one's gonna see me if I don't stand up. So.
and then it went to the white snow screen.
Yeah.
And then, all the horror movies, you're just waiting for something to go.
Poltergeist. Yeah, it was great. Like, yeah.
But what about the agricultural report in the morning? Did you ever wake up early for that?
If it was in the morning, it was probably Thundercats or something like that. You know, back then. So
Before
really
that,
catch
though,
the-
it was
The Jetsons were on.
You had
Yeah.
to watch the agricultural report. It's like, you know, that was a thing.
Man,
And
I-
then Davy and Goliath came on.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I digress.
Land of the Lost.
Yes.
Always. I love that show.
Classic, man. Oh, that raised me. I loved dinosaurs as a kid. I was all about it.
Yeah, Schlee Stacks.
Heck yeah.
I don't know why they're not even scary, but they were like, "Ugh."
It's creepy though. When you're 4.
Ah, those eyes, those eyes.
The flea stacks. That's a TikTok capture right there. We're gonna get that on TikTok. Okay, back to music though.
The music.
Yeah. So listen to a song.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
listen to the song.
This is a weird intro for this particular
Land
song.
of the Lost.
And in we go.
This is a very poignant song called "Live on Purpose," and it deserved a lot better run-up than that. But here's the song.
Running like a river flowing, headed down that road again. Set my sights on where I'm going, but remember where I've been. Walk among the lambs and lions, know a face, forget the name. Chalk it up to new horizons when it doesn't look the same. When it doesn't look the same. They say it all gets better, never know what lies in store. Wait a while, can't change the weather. Lose the battle and win the war. Lose the battle and win the war. In a world of ifs and maybes, ain't a thing that's guaranteed. Hug your friends and love your babies. Be the one somebody needs. Run away and join a circus. Find forgiveness in the prayer. Hold on tight and live on purpose. Shine some light along the way. Shine some light along the way. They say it all gets better. Never know what lies in store. Wait a while, can't change the weather. Lose the battle and win the war. Lose the battle and win the war. Talking late into the morning, whiskey and a fishing line. Songs that take you without warning. No better way to pass the time. On cloudy days, the sun will shine on. We're apart but not alone. Won't be long now, leave the light on. Hit the road, I'm going home. Hit the road, I'm going home. They say it all gets better. Never know what lies in store. Wait a while, can't change the weather. Lose the battle and win the war. Lose the battle and win the war. They say it just gets better. No way to know what lies in store. Wait a while, forget the weather. Lose the battle and win the war. Lose the battle and win the war. Lose the battle and win the war.
Man, that sounds like a song a couple would write, honestly.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
lose the battle to win the war.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly right.
Sounds like you were talking about dishes or something.
Just do them. You're
It
fine.
can apply to a lot of things.
That
Yeah.
song has a lot of good advice in it, actually.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
probably coming from the place where it was written, if it was written during lockdown times, you know, I mean, but I'll let you guys tell it.
Yeah, we wrote it in 21. Our friend Dwayne Mark, who's a musician out of the Austin area, and kind of a good friend to us, and kind of a mentor in a lot of ways, and just an all-around decent guy. He passed away in a car accident in April, and I had a hard time processing that because he's one of these larger-than-life people who shouldn't be gone, and the lyrics for this just started coming out in an attempt to kind of process the feelings about that, because he was one of these people who, you know, shirt off his back, anything you needed help with, he's going to just pitch in and do a great job and probably teach you how to do it, you know, along the way, and just a really good, loving, kind person, very talented person. And so I thought, I want to write a Dwayne Mark song, and this was probably the closest I'll ever get to that. But we tend to write a lot of dark stuff, and I wanted this to be an uplifting, you know, a positive message, and just kind of, you know, promote the person he was and keep that alive.
Well, he used to say "live on purpose."
Yeah,
like,
that
he
was
would always say
kind of
that.
his phrase.
And so the circles that we run in around the country when we tour in the summer, like everybody knows Dwayne Mark, and so when we go there and we say "live on purpose," you know, 100 people are like, yes, like they can relive his life again.
Yeah.
And so it's this powerful moment that just keeps happening over and over and over again. And I always say, like, if you, like someone who's gone, like Dwayne Mark, like if he's gone, but if you say his name over and over again, he's not gone. You know, he's there with you in a different way. He's physically not there, but he's there with you in a different way.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she brought the lyric to me, and I looked at it and I was like, wow. Now my challenge is to figure out chords, because
Right.
I can't mess this song
Compose.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt, that's one of those you get done with it and you're kind of looking at the paper like, ooh, this one matters. This is one of those that really matters. And I feel like we've given it a good voice and done it justice. So.
And typically we play live, whenever we play live with our friends in Brightwire, Sam and Kim and Health, and in the version that's recorded on the album, Kim sings on it. So she'll come up and we'll do the 3-part harmony, which is a neat moment. Like it's a neat kind of like, it's a different level to it. And Kim, she sings so beautifully.
So well.
Yeah. Even when she's not singing with us, I still hear her voice. You know, it's like, it's still in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have something new coming out.
Yes,
Right?
they
Yeah, they
do.
do. Next
Yes,
month,
they do.
yeah. In
Coming up in
March.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're super excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a great tribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It felt right. It's what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just, I don't know. It's one of those, sometimes they take a long time to write. That one didn't. That one just, I had to keep putting down what I was doing to make time to write it, because it was going to come regardless. And that's always a good feeling, but hard to get there. But glad that we did.
And then the pressure was on.
Oh, yeah.
100%
Oh,
on.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, because shortly after that, they put together a celebration of life for him up in Kansas City. So everybody in the scene is there, and we thought, well, we want to have this song done and do it there. No pressure. It was like the first time we debuted it at all, so it was kind of a big deal. But it went so well. It was perfect.
That's the best way to get like a thing done, is like put the max amount of pressure and a
Yeah.
hard deadline on yourself, and you'll get it done.
We both benefit from
Yeah.
a deadline, to be sure.
It's so
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that, you know, just a song, that's what this show is about. Like, let's pick the songs and let the, you know, the artists tell us where they came from.
Yeah.
You know, just as somebody that didn't know the background of that song, but knows a little bit about you two, you know, it really feels like instructional. Like, hey, this is something that we've learned from our years together, you know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, some of these lyrics are just like, you know, shine some light along the way, or, you know, hug your friends and love your babies and be the one somebody needs.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as a married person who's been married for a while, those are the kinds of bits of advice I would give out. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
but to hear it, you know, where it really came from,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's so cool. That's
It
Yeah.
came as a reminder
Yeah.
to us.
Oh, because he
Yeah. Like
he
it's-
lived
yeah.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
he was such a family man and just such a good, genuine person. Like, I want to just pay homage to that and
Yeah.
explain, why that matters as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, very good.
We got drunk with him.
Many times.
He was a fun hungover dude. Sunday morning.
That's like
What's
a good.
up? Like, oh my God, you're too much. Like,
That feels like a good segue to the next song, but we'll wait for.
Kind of like when you're all sleeping really well and you hear like cans open.
Exactly.
Like, oh, he's up.
yeah. No, he was a 6-foot+ person running across the room, excited to see you in the morning. He's like, I can't have noise right now. How are you okay?
I made breakfast. Yeah, no, that's like you said, it's just jokingly about that one part of the song, but when you really look down at the lyrics, it's just like, man, it's a script.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It feels super, like instructional and just good stuff there. Like, hey, this is what matters.
Yeah. At the end of the day, all the difficulties aside and challenges, there's some fundamental things that we all have that we can all celebrate, and that's what makes us human.
And life gets big and complicated
Absolutely.
and exciting. There's some 10,000 things in the news, all this stuff going on. At the end of the day, it's like there's an important thing. It's like if you got a kid, like, man, sit down. Like, hey, man, how was your day? Just a simple 5 minutes of love. It's like that's it. That's the most important thing.
Right.
Well, I mean, just like your friend, I mean, eventually you're not going to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so take that opportunity now, and I don't know, we all get wrapped up in so much stuff every day.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
So
forget
true.
this and all this and so forth. They're like, they'll be tomorrow. I'll fix
Yeah.
that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not the way to live.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes.
No guarantee.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Guys, I need a hug.
I'm with you, man.
Let's all just hug over some pizza. real quick.
Yeah. Pizza.
That is the only group activity we will be doing tonight.
That's true.
Just for the record.
It's not on Zoom.
It's not on Zoom.
Guys, I already sent the link.
Group hug is okay.
I don't know how that works on Zoom.
Pizza. Great.
Group pizza. No, it's a really beautiful song.
Thank
and
you.
It's just so
Thank you.
feels so nice. It's like my favorite cut off the album for sure.
Thank you so much, Jesse.
All right, let's take a break and get back. We'll talk more Grifters Shills. This is Vinyl Voices Radio. Stay tuned.
Hey, Vinyl Voices. This is Adrian from Forever Miles. We are having a show March 15th at White Oak, funding our Japan tour. Thank you so much, Vinyl Voices, and rock on.
Hey, y'all. While we take a break from Vinyl Voices, I just gotta tell you, I'm not a robot. I'm a vibe. This is Opie Hendrix, and I just want to let y'all know we got a new album coming out this summer of 2024. OpieHendrix.com, OpieHendrix.com. Stay loose, stay tuned. Back to Vinyl Voices.
All right, we are back. Welcome to the Vinyl Voices radio show here on ESPN. It's Justin Deas. I'm John Denman. They are Grifters Shills. And so, where are we in this conversation? Well, right, we covered a lot. We covered in between breaks, and this one was a little bit longer extended break.
Right.
And
Needed.
Yep. It's always good to take a little refresher, get out of the studio for a little bit, get some fresh air.
I feel like we just like tease these people with like what the things that we talk about on the break. So just quick rundown, like probably aeronautics, right? We talked a little bit about that.
We did.
Biz Marquee.
We did talk documentaries, music docs, group activities. We talked about that. For
The lack of Mexican food in Louisiana.
Right.
Ooh,
Right,
yeah.
That was our conversation.
Yeah. So just
Or good Mexican food.
Yes. There's always Mexican food.
Yes,
It's just
there's
not usually
always,
good.
yeah.
Just look for the flag.
Just look for the flag and you'll find some taco shells. Oh, yes. But, welcome back.
Well, thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's talk about what song we're going to hear next.
All right.
The next one is Why I Drink,
That's right.
which,
right.
you know, some of that was done on the break too.
If I wrote that song, it'd be a play. It's a musical.
With multiple acts.
That'd be fun.
Long formatted, created like 4 intermissions.
Right? You know, we never made a video for it. It's not too late.
That's
right.
Still do
Yeah,
it.
there's still time.
Right now.
Yeah.
Get your jazz hands ready.
All right, let's listen to it.
Woke myself up early, I don't know what for. Tried my best to forget I'd been here before. My mind began to wander, and I began to think. The reason I woke up today was so that I could drink. Wasn't always like this, I used to be proud to be my mama's only son, I'd say it out loud. But now the wind is blowing and it's become a chore to keep from blowing all my money at the corner store. Well, I said, good Lord, whatever did I do? I know I'm not the best, but it's the best that I can do. So, God damn, this is where I stand in line at the liquor store, a bottle in my hand. Once a time I was okay, a time when I felt right. But now I know that time is just a thief in the night. I've come up short and broken down, and I've dropped every ball that I ever tried to carry since I learned to crawl. Well, I said, good Lord, whatever did I do? I know I'm not the best, but it's what I took from you. So, God damn, this is where I stand in line at the liquor store, a bottle in my hand. Now I've gotten older, I've come to realize all that good advice was just a judgment in disguise. I let it down and let it go, there ain't no point to crying. So just pour another round and we can finally say goodbye. I said, good Lord, whatever did I do? I know I'm not the best, but I ain't too far from you. So God damn, this is where I stand in line at the liquor store, a bottle in my hand. I said, good Lord, whatever did I do? I know I'm not the best, but it's the best that I can do. So God damn, this is where I stand in line at the liquor store, a bottle in my hand. I woke myself up early, all that I could think. The reason I woke up today was so that I could drink.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, having all this stuff in your house where you're making music constantly, and I mean, you wake up and you're already in bed, and I would imagine that you'll start tossing ideas back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
And, or like,
Really? Right from
Oh, I'm obsessive.
opening your eyes?
Never
Well, when I
This
wake
guy.
up in the morning, I'm tired of being asleep. I'm bored. I'm doing it too long. And so I just
Right.
I'm instant like, oh, I got an idea for that part. And so I run upstairs and start editing a thing or whatever. Or, you know, kind of hold off until she wakes up before I turn
I
on
need
like
about an hour
Yeah.
before I'm
Some
simple.
coffee or
yeah,
something,
exactly.
yeah.
before I crank up like the 212 guitar rig and like, let me try this riff. Like, wow. But yeah, in the house, it's a different deal recording at home because it's like, it saves you money big
Definitely.
time. And I mean, I went to school and have been an audio person, for my professional life. So we can do it at home. The problem though is the time becomes infinite. You don't have, there's no studio clock clicking with like the dollars
Oh,
going
right.
by. So you can do it 16 hours a day for as long as you want to.
Well, that was going to kind of what I was leading into with that was because when do you finally be like, all right, let's move to the next song?
We have. Yeah, that's hard to know.
Or the
Some
dishes.
Point,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right.
the dishes are gone.
The way
Yeah.
we've been successful at it in the past is to schedule the album release show. Like, all right,
That
June the
helps a lot.
6th. And it's like
Put that
you're in,
concrete date down.
yeah, you're in March and you're like, okay, we have to finish now.
Yeah, because they're never done. At some point, you just stop and call it done, but they're never done. I mean, we listen to these tracks now. I'm like, oh, we could have,
Oh, yeah.
done this a little different.
I've heard like 8 changes just sitting here. Like, oh, why didn't we do it?
They're never done.
Yeah, and then also because like between the two of you, y'all play like a whole bunch of instruments. So
Right.
it's like, there's just layer. You could just keep going.
Yeah, and with the recorded format, you have so many more options to, really give it some body and expression, and you could just way overdo it. And we have done that, and you find yourself listening to it again, like, I'm losing the plot, and you kind of pull some of it back. And
You ever kind of think about like, well, it sounds great now, but how's it gonna sound live?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we think about that all the time.
definitely.
Because I'd say probably all the songs, we've done them live a bunch before we record them. So coming into the studio, we actually have to kind of shift our minds to think like, well, how's this going to work in a recorded format? Because a recorded format's different than a live format. And especially for just a two-piece like us, like what works live may not be working recorded and vice versa. So you just have to put on a 100% different like kind of perspective on the whole thing. And that was something we did with this album, Fireball in particular. We tried to really look at it and say, like, let's keep it simple. Let's, it's like brewing a beer. Like, it's going to be barley, it's going to be yeast, it's going to be hops, it's going to be water. That's beer. That's it. And let's make a really good version of that. Let's not make something, not bash it, but let's not ferment our grocery list. Let's make just a really good beer.
Right.
But that's what we tried to do with the album is keep it just drums and bass, couple of guitars, solid vocal harmonies. And just let the songs just live on their own.
Fairly minimal production. We didn't go overboard. The album before this one, we really started experimenting with production, and it was a lot of fun, and I love that record. But I love the simplicity of this one. I feel like it's more honest.
Same thing with production. You can never be done.
No.
Be done.
Yeah, you can always be tweaking something or editing something, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to keep it straight. And a song like Why I Drank is like just let the lyric speak. And we had our friend Will Golden, who plays in like every band. I think he lives in the Continental Club. Actually.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, he does.
There. There's
Yeah.
2 cats and Will live there.
Little cot back there. Yeah.
But he played lap steel in that song, or pedal rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he's such a nice person to work with. He's such
he's
the
tremendous.
coolest dude.
And so
He did
talented.
a great job.
Yeah, he really did. That was the one thing we knew about that song going in. Like, I want pedal steel on it. And there's only one person I know who plays pedal steel. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's no question. It's going to be Will.
He did the solos. The solo on the album, like it's all in one take what he did.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there recording and listening. He was sitting behind me in our little house, and I was like, "Oh my God, he's nailing it! It's perfect." And I'm like, "Is everything working? Did I hit record?"
Right.
right.
And then like
Breathe.
it stopped.
move.
Right. Don't breathe. And then I hit stop, spacebar to stop, and I turned around. And he was like, "Do you think that was okay?" I was like, "You nailed it, dude! What are you talking about? You're
Perfect.
done."
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
And he just kept what he did. Like there,
Yeah.
that's it. Like.
And yeah, that's to be a good feeling too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah. When it's easy, it's like, 'cause it's never easy in the studio.
No, if you're not crying, you're not recording. Like that's. I need a break. At some point,
That's a
somebody
t-shirt
throws
right
a fit. Like
Yes.
it's just because it exposes everything, and that gets in your head, and so then it just gets worse and worse and worse, and you need to just get out of the vocal booth at that point and
Yeah.
try it again tomorrow.
Like I say, like you don't smoke, I am right now.
Exactly.
Leave me alone.
You start thinking like, I didn't know that my mouth formed, the letter A like that. You really start picking yourself apart, and it's just, it's unbearable.
Do you guys, you have proximity to other couples that are also artists, and do you kind of feel that they share that sort of?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely.
Our sister band, Brightwire, is our Sam and Kim and Health. We call them our sister band.
Yeah.
they are also our therapy band, and like we will go out and sit at a brewery and just debrief the whole process.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just like, I'm terrible because of this. I suck for this reason. Like, just on and on and on.
Everyone hates me.
We all kind of share the same thing. It's like, okay, we'll see you tomorrow. You know?
It's such a
Some of the
unique
other
thing
groups
to
we were talking
share.
about earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a very unique life perspective to have to, not only to be out making music, but to do it as with your spouse. There aren't a lot of us, so we kind of find each other and all commiserate and celebrate and enjoy it.
Well, I mean, it's also, it's like married couples. Yeah, it's just they all find each other, in the way it goes like, oh, we're not going to the club.
That's right.
You want to go to the brewery? Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Yes, I would love that.
Tremendous.
Yeah, but the harmonizing on that song, and that's one thing about you guys, because you also do duets and stuff like that, and duets are always fun. But it's when songs that people are harmonizing on, and they're same time and just hitting lyrics, different things, and all this stuff. It's I don't know, I like it. I like it a whole lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, it suits, kind of, I keep coming back to the married couple thing, but, I mean, it just shows how in step you guys are, as a
Definitely.
listener, I feel like it just tells us a little bit about who you guys are behind the music, just the fact that you can just be so in sync that way.
Yeah.
For
and,
sure.
and certainly at a live show, which this guy is always every episode, go see a live show, go see live music, people. You definitely want to see these two because they bring it, I mean.
It's fun.
We love it.
It's all
we
barely
really-
holding on.
I know. It's also more fragile than it looks.
Oh, yeah. Every time I'm like, we're going to make it. Oh, we made it.
It's like, last song, really?
I think I want to make it.
It's
Okay.
a workout for sure.
But it is. I mean, but you guys, your presence for two people is powerful.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
That was always the goal. Like, even when we started out, he just played acoustic guitar and I just sang. And even then, that had the energy. And, like, I don't know, it's always been there.
Yeah.
Just one way or another, it's going to come out and we can't rein it in.
It's just the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of activity that goes on during your shows, right? A lot, right? A lot.
It's a lot of group activity.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Just hugs.
Just
hugs.
But I do want to say these two are so good at what they do. Like, they've given us so many good segues because they talked about the beer brewing, which in segment 4, come back for segment 4, we're going to drink some homebrew
That's right.
Yes.
from
yes,
Grifters Shills.
Rebecca made.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then also just talking about live stuff. They're going to do some live stuff for us. So come back for segment 4.
And if you're ending the show right now, then you can find us online.
That's
all
right.
that good stuff. So, but ideally, go out and watch them. Like, go see a live show. You guys play often.
A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Griftersandchills.com's got all our list on it. We got a bunch of local stuff. We're always out locally somewhere. And if we don't see you from stage, we'll see you from the crowd. We love going out and seeing shows
Exactly.
just as much as we love playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So phenomenal, badass musicians here in Houston. Worldwide coming up. Waiting for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Me too.
I used to know them.
They were on the couch.
They were on the couch. But no, appreciate y'all coming and hanging out.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you
So
guys.
much.
Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate everything y'all do.
But yeah, definitely go watch some live music. Houston's full of it. Every single night, there's somebody good playing somewhere.
Yep.
And if you're into whatever music you're into, you will find it.
Yep.
That's right. We
You'll
got
find
it.
Absolutely.
So, on that note, we got to end this show. Want to thank everybody for tuning in for this week's show. Want to thank Frank's Pizza for keeping us fed nicely through the whole show. Spin on Tap Brewery for supplying the good beers. So for the 4th segment, that's going to be you, Rebecca.
It's true.
Yeah.
I know. And also want to thank our new sponsor.
Yeah. Push and Win, law firm here in Houston, personal injury firm. Push and Win. they push you in.
Yeah, there you go. You've seen their billboards.
Yeah, you've seen them.
All right, thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank this production crew back here, Jason Esparza, Kevin Murphy, aka DJ Muskratch, and after that, man, we'll talk to everybody next week.